Welcome to the Abraham Lincoln Presidential Library and Museum. Our mission is to inspire civic engagement through the diverse lens of Illinois history and sharing with the world the life and legacy of Abraham Lincoln. In 2026, we'll be welcoming our 6 millionth visitor to the Library and Museum since we opened. Our audience is everyone. We believe museums should be for all people, and so we want everyone to feel welcome at the museum, regardless of who they are. Exhibitions and the book, Lincoln, the Life and Legacy That Defined a Nation, help us to break these big, grand stories like Emancipation into bite-sized chunks. They help us to see the human connections to these stories. They help us to understand Lincoln's role, but they also help us to see the stories of everyday people who influenced and impacted and ultimately shaped Lincoln's own perceptions and helped Lincoln grow as an individual.
Our museum started 20 years ago, and the traditional static exhibit haven't changed in 20 years. So we are going to look to technology to help us do storytelling in these spaces.
The Lincoln Unlocked digital experience really helps to unlock new experiences about Lincoln. It helps us to connect with stories and objects that, because of their fragile nature, we probably wouldn't be able to put on display. But through technology like extended reality, through augmented reality, we're able to allow visitors to literally touch the digital experience. It's an incredibly impactful experience that visitors can get whether they visit us here in person in Illinois or they visit us around the world in another country.
Storytelling is everything here. We walk through the process of thinking about how we could tell the story of Robert Smalls, who is a formerly enslaved person that escaped to freedom by commandeering his boat along with his family and others, and then later has this amazing story about becoming a public servant and a congressman and all these other things. We set out to sort of figure out a way to use this animation platform to tell stories where there's very little photographic evidence. For a 10-minute animated feature, it's very engaging. It was one of those projects that you really felt a lot of pride for. Another form of storytelling is actually storytelling when the patron's actually not ready for it. We created these large projections on our gallery walls of images from our collection. The patron didn't know. They would walk in and they would trigger a motion sensor that is up in the ceiling. But suddenly these projected images would sort of come to life and colorize and do something which we felt was historically accurate. And what it caused us was this opportunity to have this higher level of engagement with our docents in the gallery, because they're really interested in going, well, what is that? What am I looking at?
Through important digitization projects like our Picturing Lincoln project, we're now making thousands of images of Lincoln, of his family, of the people of his time available. These images were previously stored in our vault, inaccessible to the public. We're making them available to people all over the world, free of charge, giving people back their history in a powerful way. New technology is allowing us to make Abraham Lincoln and American history accessible to new generations. Through our transformative technology partnership with Google, we're taking a project like the Papers of Abraham Lincoln transcription project that would have taken over 20 years to complete down to a fraction of the time. 19th century handwriting can be a little tricky to read. And so using powerful technology like generative AI is helping to superpower the process for our human editors and helping us to make these documents available faster and more readily accessible.
We have so many amazing artifacts in our collection, but many of them are super sensitive to ambient light, a lot of documents. We found out that there was this technology that already existed used in conference rooms where 2 pieces of glass and a piece of electronic material, when it's switched, it becomes opaque. So it switches between translucent and opaque by charging it, and they call it smart glass. We realized that we actually could create a case that not only protects our artifacts while it's on display, but it actually keeps track of how much it's exposed. So previously, we would put something precious like our Gettysburg Address on display for only 2 weeks a year. Well, we recently had it in our Life and Legacy exhibit for 3 months, and it was only exposed a fraction of the time that it was when it was only on display for 2 weeks. So we actually checked both boxes. We made it more accessible. More people saw it than they did during 2 weeks, but it actually was less exposed and less under threat.
Sustainability for the ALPLM is about making sure that our history is here for future generations. Sustainability for us means being mindful about the plants that we're choosing, like Illinois heritage, native plants, plants that would have grown in the Lincoln's own backyard during their time here in Illinois. One of the ways that we're practically thinking about sustainability is our energy usage and our energy consumption. We're adding solar panels to the roof of our garage. Those solar panels will not only power our garage as well as electric vehicle charging stations, but they will also help to power our historic Union Station. And it'll also help us to provide a renewable resource that helps to power our building, our properties, and our campus for the future.